It is the inaugural season of the National Women's Hockey League. 4 teams have formed the league, including the Boston Pride, the Buffalo Beauts, the Connecticut Whalers. Now on the line with us this afternoon is the commissioner of the National Women's Hockey League, Miss Dani Rylan. Dani, let's talk about how the National Women's League was formed.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing came together in about a year and a half, and it started out as an idea that I vetted around my hockey network, and everyone was extremely supportive, and you thought it was a no-brainer. And before I knew it, everything started to snowball, and I mean, I can't even believe how far we've come in the last year and a half. We're already 8 games into the season with some rivalries pretty heated up here, and yeah, it's just been an amazing ride.
Dani, let's talk about some of the challenges that you faced in creating the National Women's Hockey League.
I mean, every day there's a different challenge, some of them bigger than others, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to pinpoint one. It's all about kind of coming up with a plan to get over and to solve that problem, and then and move on to the next one. So, I mean, every day there's a challenge, some bigger than others.
Now, your league has, of course, the NHL All-Star Game, a regular season, as well the playoffs. What is your version of the Stanley Cup?
It's the Isabel Cup, named after Lord Stanley's daughter. So the story goes way back when Lord Stanley originally fell in love with the game. It was because of his daughter's passion for the game and her growing up skating on the ponds. So in true fashion, we decided to name our cup the Isabel Cup.
You know, when the league was created, of course, the next step was signing players to play in your teams. How did you initially approach the first few players, and what were their reactions?
I think everyone was really excited, almost like, is this too good to be true? And, you know, approach the players, just the hockey world is pretty small, so everyone was in a couple degrees of separation, and then the word started to spread like wildfire, and there was a little bit of a period of time where it was kind of trying to convince the players that this was an option that would be best for them, and I think they're all happy with their decision now. Dani
Rylan from the National Women's Hockey League on the show this afternoon. Dani, of course, we are into week 4 of the league. From your perspective, as a commissioner, how's it going so far?
It's going really well. The product on the ice is better than expected. It's fast, it's physical, it's really competitive professional hockey, and the product off the ice, the fans off the ice have been unbelievably supportive, and I think we have a huge demographic of young girls coming to games who now have role models to look up to and new heroes to dream of becoming. It's the next generation. So one of my favorite stories actually from the start of the season is a young girl up in Buffalo who made a 2027 NWHL draft pick poster. She was parading around with pretty proudly up in Buffalo. So I think that really goes to show the impact that the league is having on that next generation.
Now, the league currently has 4 American teams in it, but could always use a Canadian team. Any plans for, expansion north of the border?
Oh, of course. Obviously there's a focus on making year 1 as successful as possible, but we're very aware that hockey was born in Canada, and we look to bring a professional women's team there.
Dani, you're on your way to a New York Grenadiers game right now with Jenny Scribbins in goal tonight. Thanks a lot for taking time out, and all the best.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on, Jeremy.